Thanks everyone for joining me today. I am with Paul Boonstra. He's been with the team for 8 years. We're going to just talk about the benefits of our team, what it brings to the table, and you can kind of see if you might be the right fit for us. So, Paul, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing excellent.
Good, good.
So, I have been selling real estate since 2006. So, I went to Calvin College, jumped into real estate in 2006, 2007. The market came crumbling down. And a lot of people say that was the worst time to get into real estate, but I actually see it as the best time because it taught me how to work and market and just do things different. So we're located in Holland, Michigan. We have agents right now ranging from South Haven all the way up to Muskegon, and we're just looking to grow in West Michigan. Again, I've been selling real estate for 19 years, and I'm ready to refer more of my business and do a little bit less of the sales, but more into the growth and leadership role here at our team. So, Paul, what made you get into real estate?
Yeah, I had a background in IT. I got my business degree from Kelvin, then I got my master's degree. Didn't love what I was doing, and I felt like it was a natural fit. I knew someone on the team, Luke's brother Phil. Him and I got to talking, and in 2018, I made the jump and haven't looked back.
I love it. And you're a past client, right?
I'm a past client, yeah. So when I bought my house here in Michigan, I went through Phil, and then that's kind of when I got the itch. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Paul's been a huge asset in the leadership role since 2006. We've helped over 2,100 families. And a big thing and what's important to us is creating like an exceptional experience for our clients. And we have more five-star reviews than anyone along the lakeshore. So anyone we hire needs to represent us, and everyone here on our team represents you. So like who we hire is extremely important, and we're trying to find people who are growth minded, who are eager, who want to learn, but have good core values and ethics and doing things the right way. Any thoughts on that?
yeah, I think to your point, we just want to make sure we're aligned, and culture is a big piece of it.
Yeah. So that's where we dive into our core values. Um, and this is we use the acronym discipline. So like the D is the D in this one, I seek to improve, C commit. So whenever I hire someone, I want to make sure that they understand our core values because this is extremely important. It's how we hire, but it's also how we fire as well. So doing the basics consistently, what others won't. So this real estate job overall, it's a pretty simple business, but it's not easy. And doing the basics consistently isn't always easy. So we talked with our team about just making small deposits each day, making phone calls each day, and doing things consistently what others won't do. And then a big one is our second core value, which is the integrity and honesty in all that we do. Um, that matters the most. If you're not going to do things right, we're not interested in having you. And honestly, I think um, doing the right thing, especially when people aren't looking, is extremely important. So not just when people are looking, but especially when people aren't looking, doing things with honesty and integrity. Always seek to learn and improve. That's really how I've grown my business. I have real estate coaches who've helped me grow, but really implement something here and there. So we have with our onboarding training, we have some books to read. We have some ongoing stuff that you can learn about on ongoing growth opportunities. Commit to calling even when you don't feel like it, right, Paul?
You got it.
That's a hard one.
That is a hard one.
But calling is big, and our goal for our team members is to have 15 2-minute conversations each week. And we found that that's been the reason for a lot of people's success. In fact, just at a recent meeting, it was found that a lot of the agents, one out of every 10 2-minute conversation resulted in an appointment. So if you want to get an appointment during this week, you need to have 10 2-minute real estate conversations for 2+ minutes. Intentionally working towards your daily goals. Persist without exception. I say persistence pays the bills. Laugh often and stay positive. This job is challenging and things happen and your family's going to work with someone else and deals fall apart. And sometimes you just got to laugh because it's just a challenging job and you just can't take things so serious all the time. This is a big one too. I will act now, not tomorrow. I talk with our team about remember how you're going to feel tomorrow if you don't do what you said you're going to do today. I don't know if you guys ever have it where you're like, I'm going to do something today, and then it doesn't happen. Then tomorrow it doesn't happen again, and then all of a sudden it's Friday, and you're like, I didn't do anything. Now you're like, I'm too overwhelmed, not going to do it at all. So just think about how you're going to feel tomorrow if you did what you said you're going to do, or if you didn't, and kind of focus your day around that. This is big for our team. In real estate, it's notorious for gossip. So gossip just doesn't belong here with our team. If you're going to be a gossiper, going to other people, sharing things. He did that. He said what? How did they get that deal? You're just not going to last on the team either. And then a big thing for our team is just exceptional real estate experience. It's not just like real estate, like a good real estate service. Like that's what a lot of realtors say. I just want to provide the best service. It goes beyond that. It's more of just like an experience for a client. I want it to be so good that they talk about us and they tell others about us. And that we get into like our client events and follow up and some of those things that we do for the experience just to be different than anyone else here in West Michigan. Any
Yeah.
thoughts on core values,
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah, and these are great core values, but a big piece of it too is just holding each other accountable to these core values. So when we meet in the morning, we kind of talk about, hey, what are we going to be doing today? Then hold each other accountable to it. And just when we meet on our Tuesday meetings, we talk about how are we implementing our core values, who's doing a great job. So to me, it's not just the core values, it's the accountability to the core values that makes the team
Yeah.
great.
Absolutely. And we do, like you said, on the Tuesday morning meetings or Tuesday afternoon now is the culture award. So who's following the core values, who's stepping up, and they get a traveling trophy for the week and some acknowledgement on social media, just for kind of following what we're looking to do here. So our mission is big too, and I'll just read this. Our mission is to provide the number one real estate experience in West Michigan. Again, I talk about experience more than just service. We utilize the latest available technologies, pride ourselves on some seamless communication, and possess top-notch negotiation skills. We are trained by two real estate coaches. We have pretty much that every year. I'm just trying to gain and improve our systems and negotiation. And we focus on your goals, so our clients' goals, while providing exceptional service that aligns our values both ethically and spiritually. It's not just making the most money. It's really diving deeper in with our clients and providing a different service for our clients. So before I dive into what our team brings to the table, I did want to just talk about the success some of our agents have had. And now I got my follow-up boss ringing on me. So I really want to dive in before we get into like the benefits of our team is some of the success that we're having with our company, with our agents. So I just want to touch on a few of the people. So like Connor Reynolds, he was with us. Well, he's still with us, but in his first 6 months, he's closed 10 transactions. Now, I don't know if you saw the stat recently, but 85% of agents sell less than four homes in a year on average across America. Shoot, it took me 6 months to have my first sale in business, and I was just going door to door. So Connor had 10 sales his first 6 months. This was with no real estate background. He had a little bit of sales background. Tanner, he had six closings in his first 3 months. Again, no sales background, no background in the industry. Ryan is another good example. So it's not just new agents. So Ryan's been in the industry 10 years and he's been with us now for a year and a half. He had done 5 million ish, 5 to 6 before he joined our team. And then last year's first full year with the team, he did just under 10 million. Hannah had three pending within like 2 or 3 months. Someone who's not pictured, Annabelle, she did 2.5 million closed in 5 months. And she ended up just pursuing something that she was great. She was going to be an all-star. And real estate, though, isn't for everyone. She did good, but she wanted to pursue radiology and she's going back to school. So we always hope, like, whether you stay or not, that we impacted you in a positive way. And some lessons that you got here are going to help you in future business endeavors. So what I hear a lot of real estate agents, or what I even know by meeting with a lot of people, one of the reasons people fail in real estate, and they say like 87% of agents are out of the business within 3 years, is because of their training or lack of training. Most times you go to a real estate company and they say, here's your phone, here's your desk, go make some phone calls. And sometimes you have a little bit of training here and there, but we've invested real heavily in a performance-based training. So a lot of real estate training is you watch modules, they kind of train you on how to fill out a purchase agreement, buy modules. Sometimes it's some one-on-one, but it's not very consistent. So this is more about than giving like information. It gives you results. So what it says here, we do more than just training videos. We train with real life scenarios. We role play 3 times a week. We do two in-person training sessions every week. So this could be on like technology, Zillow leads, new systems, follow up boss, And then we usually do a weekly training on like how to write a good offer, but how to write like a competitive offer and how to win an offer. And then we compete against each other. So we do just a lot of trainings throughout the week to really get our agents amped up quicker. So for agents, that means faster skill development, more confidence with buyers and sellers, systems you can rely on, and long-term growth. Because that's one challenging thing is you get in the industry and someone wants to meet with you and you're really just freaking out and like, how do I do this? And it can be overwhelming. So this training we've tried to build around like selling more real estate, but also building your confidence.
Well, and I think a big part of that is just having fun with it, right? Just as within the team environment that, we do this training, we have competitions like who's going to win. And it just kind of builds this culture that we've talked about, um, to help the whole team grow, which is awesome.
Yeah, and that also includes then weekly meetings with mentors to increase production. We'll talk about that on one of our next slides. Um, and then just some daily accountability. So we do from 9 to 9:15 every day by Zoom. I should say every work day. I lead it right now, and I just go around. I say, "Hey, Paul, do you have any wins yesterday?" So for example, he just sold a home. So he'd say, "Hey, I just sold this home. Did you make a commitment yesterday?" Yep, I had planned on making 20 calls and I made 23. It was a great day. Got two other leads. And then what are you going to commit to today, Paul? And it's, oh, I'm going to send out three emails today because I have to follow up with a couple of past clients. I'm going to stop at someone's home and I'm going to make 15 more conversations with a goal to get 2 2-minute conversations.
Yeah, I
And
think the key there is to make it trackable, right? Is when we do
yeah,
these commitments, it's I'm going to make X amount of calls, something that we can control because we can't always control the outcome.
sure. It's not like I'm going to make a lot of calls today,
Right.
which has been, and it's like the little accountability that I can change, that I can provide you guys. It's not like I'm going to beat you up the next day, but what's nice is it gives a little bit of motivation to like, hey, I see other agents having success. Oh, I see that they're doing this. I'm going to step up myself. So I think it's probably the best way I can show love to my team is just holding them accountable to one small thing. And we do these on a daily basis. So the training those big, like we do have the module set. I actually spent about $20,000 to have the top of the line best system that's out there for training, but it also includes this ongoing training to get you guys up and running even faster. And that's where you're seeing the Connors and the Tanners and the Hannahs all having success quicker. So let's dive into the mentorship program. Paul, I'd say you're one of the leaders here. So why don't you kind of touch base on what that looks like?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just to help the onboarding, right? Because to your point, you kind of come on the team, you're kind of drinking from a fire hose up front. So it's we're there to help guide, answer questions along the way. But a big piece of it also is just to have a set time every week where we're sitting down and we're talking about, hey, here's what's working, here's what's not working. Let's talk about the past week. What success have you had? Just same thing to hold each other accountable. But we do have a set time to meet with the newer agents, just to make sure we're all on the same page. But we want to
And
keep
this
them
mentor
trackable.
and this mentorship program does go for 2 years. And that's whether you're a brand new agent or an agent who has long time in the business, like Ryan, you do some mentorship with him. Um,
Yep.
and there's opportunities to grow into leadership positions here at our team. And what I found is like all these agents, they've been with us for a long time and they almost always make just having agents just from the mentorship side where you're going to say, hey, how did your week go? Did you win the week? Do you have questions about anything? And that's allowed us to just have success for agents quicker and faster. Quicker and faster, same word,
Look at that.
just better. So let's dive a little bit more into other advantages that our team provides. So we obviously have the training program. It's we do it like a 2 day onboarding boot camp. Then we have a 90-day like process of really getting you up and running, following our systems, all the stuff that we've done and been consistent with for so many years. Then you have the weekly meetings with the mentorship, and then we do a lot of team trainings like during our weekly team meetings. But on top of that, I wanted to really find like what's an area that I can help my agents build business and build a better business to have more productivity. So I went on kind of like this search to find the best real estate coach I can find. And I've been in all kinds of real estate classes, coaches, programs. I spend about $70,000 a year just on coaching. And one person that has really stood out is this Justin Time. He at one point was Tony Robbins' number one speaker just on motivation. But because of the travel and kids and family, he decided to join a real estate team. And he runs a team out of, I think they're out of California or Utah, where their team sells about 800 homes a year. And he runs this training program twice a week, 30 to 45 minutes each week. And it's really just around like mindset and how to sell more real estate. So Monday afternoons and Friday afternoons, you're going to have a Zoom link, or you can join me or someone on the team. They're going to give you assignments. There's a whole bunch of training videos within the system that comes along with it. But this is just that when I talk about our core values is seek to learn and improve. This is one of the fastest ways you can get better is by learning what other people are doing. And he's coaching you and training you based on what other agents are doing to have success.
And what I like about it too, it's not just West Michigan agents, right? It's agents across the nation where we can learn from each other. Hey, what's working out in a bigger city like a New York versus a smaller city, so we can kind of pull from the best of the best throughout the nation.
In fact, I don't think anyone in West Michigan is even allowed to be on it. There is certain criteria based on what our team brought to the table that he allowed us in the program. But this has been a good thing for our agents to just see a little bit of help here and there, and get them motivated each week. So the other reason why I see a lot of agents not have success beyond the education, mentorship, training is the support. When you get into real estate again, it's like, here's the phone, here's your desk, go make some calls. Oh, you have a deal. How do I put this together? Where's title work? What about well and septic? We have a lot of years, Paul and I in the business, but then a lot of agents on my team are 8+ years. So if you have questions, we can help answer them, walk you through this stuff. But beyond that, we have three full-time admins who've been instrumental to success. Donna, who doesn't like pictures, so she's hiding behind her trophy. She's been with our team for 14 years. She's our transaction coordinator. If you've done business with us, you've heard from her. She's handled over 2,100 transactions in the time that she's been on our team, and she just makes sure things go smoothly for a team. So when you get an accepted offer, instead of you having to deal with all the small things, you pass it over. She orders title work. She turns in the file to the title company. She gets well and septic ordered. She orders a survey if it's needed. She updates the buyer along the way. She helps send out an email about and setting up inspections. And the nice thing for our agents is they're allowed to just sell. You're not behind the desk trying to make things happen, keep deals together. That's her role, and she's very good at it. In fact, like if you think about title work and turning in a file, most of our agents don't even know what that means or what that is. And it just allows you guys like Paul, you probably know a little bit, but
A
you've
little
done
bit,
hundreds of deals, but it's a huge benefit.
but Donna knows way more than I do about that. Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is a wealth of knowledge.
So then I got Julie here on the right next to Mary, who's been on our team for, she's been on our team 10 years, but Mary's our listing coordinator. So it's kind of similar to what Donna does, but
You
Julie
mean
does it
Julie?
on, did I say Mary?
Yeah.
Mary's here. Julie's here. Julie's our listing coordinator. Um, what Julie does is she'll even go on listing appointments with me and she'll fill out information so she's all ready to go. But then once I take a listing, verbally, she takes over. So she's calling the seller to get the description of the property. She's learning all about the property. She's filling out the listing description. She's putting all the information on the MLS, ordering photos, staging, like all that stuff that comes to listing. It's stuff that we provide for our team. So once I get a verbal acceptance that, hey, we're going to move forward, she takes over. And again, then I can just move on to work with other clients, still facilitating the deal, still staying in touch. But Julie did go so much as saying, your home is at the market. Here's the link. Let us know if you have any questions. Hey, by the way, do you know anyone else who's looking to buy or sell right now? So she's asking for referrals on our team. Once that deal gets accepted, well, now I'm passing that deal on to Donna. And that's where, I think we had an agent on our team who sold 40, I think the record's 42 or 44 homes in a year. Paul, you're oftentimes around like that 30 range each year. But it allows you to just sell more homes than than being stuck with all the paperwork. So those are the two admins on the transaction side, and then Peggy, she's been with us for probably 8 or 9 years as well. She's our inside sales agent, but she kind of has different roles with the team. Her role is really to make our agents succeed. Um, so like on the ISA side, if leads are coming in, not only are you the agent making phone calls, but she's also calling and trying to set up appointments for our team. So it's not just our agents calling, as we have someone working on your behalf to do the same thing. But now she's kind of evolved into other roles. We do have a VIP program, which we're going to talk about, but that involves a moving truck, um, a rent a center. So we have tables and chairs and canopies and bouncy houses, cotton candy, snow cone, and popcorn makers, all stuff that people can rent, tool shed as well. And she meets our clients over there, our referral sources. They're getting all this free stuff. She's the face. She's emailing them, keeping them updated. She's coordinating some of our stuff with social media. So she's just very involved with just the day-to-day stuff, the listing packet, buyer packets, anything that real estate agents kind of get stuck from a time standpoint doing, she's doing that for our agents.
Yeah, I mean these ladies are the glue to our team, no doubt
Yeah.
about that.
Um, yeah, and we're continuing to evolve and grow and learn, and this they allow me to do that. So agents always want to know about lead opportunities. Um, we spend tens of $1,000s every month to give opportunities to our agents. Like I realize like that is a big value for agents. We invest right now in Zillow, Realtor.com. I mean, we're spending probably 9 grand a month just on that. And those cost like 500 bucks a lead. Like they're expensive, but they're typically higher quality, better leads. And that's why the script practice is so important because I want you guys to be practicing on each other versus taking a call, not knowing what to say, and then you just lost the opportunity to make five, 10, $15,000. LukeBauman.com, we rank really well in the search rankings. We've been voted best real estate agent in town. We have people going there all the time, checking out our stuff. Google Local, because of our reviews, we're the highest rated agent here along the lakeshore. We have a lot of leads coming in just from people searching top realtor in West Michigan, Holland, Zeeland, Hudson, all those cities. Fellow's a big one, which I'll talk a little bit later on one of our systems that we have. Easy Home Search, I have actually exclusivity. And if you guys aren't familiar with Easy Home Search, if you are familiar with like a Commissions Inc., Boomtown, there's just different platforms that provide leads, pay-per-click leads to yourself. I'm spending again about $9,000 and I own Allegan County, Ottawa County, and Muskegon County. So it just allows us to get any lead that comes through that system go just to our team. It's not being sent out to other leads like Candy is easy. Z Buyer, it's another platform for buyers and sellers. Um, but lead opportunities, leads are only so good if you're trained on how to work them.
Sure. I mean, I think to your point, like you're just investing in a bunch of different lead sources, and then it's on us too to bring our own leads in as well.
Yeah. But I'll add a lot of companies, you're kind of on your own. And it's
Yeah,
like, where's the value from a lead standpoint? Because like right now, the last few years, the market's been slower. And if we didn't have leads coming in, it would be hard to just come up with business out of nowhere.
and sometimes these different platforms, perform well, and sometimes they're not performing as well. So just the variety of the different platforms that we have access to, just make sure that things are smooth throughout the year.
Yeah. Yep. So other things that our company has the systems, processes, and then just the assistants and team what we talked about. So CRM, Follow Up Boss, Dot Loop, Fellow, Sisu, Better, IDX websites, Digital Maverick, which we'll touch on a few of those. Fellow is a really good seller nurturing platform. Sisu tracks all of your calls, and we can kind of dial it into like how many calls you need to make each day for you to hit your goals. Batter is a lead scrubber, so like it allows you to make sure that you stay up to date on your leads. Like if you're getting behind on them, it's going to send you a notification that you need to work this lead, or it's going to be put in the pond. So there are some opportunities if agents aren't working them like they should be. There could be good leads coming just from that system. Processes, our VIP program, which we're going to touch base on, our smart list just through Follow Up Boss. It just tells you who to call, when to call. For client events, we have social media management. We're going to touch base on here in a minute, and then some database management as well. Expert team. So we have the client care specialist, which is Donna, listing coordinator, which is Julie, client care specialist is Peggy, listing coordinator is Julie, transaction coordinator is Donna. We have a marketing department, so if anything want to be done, any social media stuff, we have a social media expert here on our team. We have a separate inside sales company calling all of our leads. And then this means more freedom for vacation. You want to just touch on that?
Well, I think there's a lot of systems, processes, expert team, but the idea is that all of these make the agent's life easier, right? So the systems are there, so we have access to the right information. The processes are there, so we know what we need to do, when we need to do it. And then the expert team is there to make our lives a little bit easier so that, to your point, if I want to go on vacation, I have a team behind me to back me up. I have agents behind me who are available to show houses, answer questions, but then I have Donna, Peggy, and Julie behind me as well, so that they're still taking care of my clients while I'm away.
I mean, I think Ryan, what did he take, like 4 or 5 weeks of vacation and he sold 10 million in real estate this
Yeah,
year?
that's how it goes. You take a vacation, someone wants to buy a house, and
It is how it goes.
but that is the beauty of the team is that you're able to take that vacation and actually be off the phone and be away from your computer because you know that you have an expert team behind you to take care of things and take care of your clients.
Yeah, love it. So let's talk just about a few of our systems. So the top one is Sisu, what I mentioned, Sisu. So this tracks how many conversations you've had, buyer appointments set, buyer appointments met, buyer signed, buyers under contract, buyers closed, seller appointments set. So basically it's going to create a more predictable business for you. So if you go through the year and it shows that you had, 15 closings, you're like, Luke, Paul, I want to get to 25 closings. Now we can just go back and say, okay, if you want 25 closings, okay, this is how many buyers you're going to have under contract to get the buyers closed. This is how many buyers you're going to have signed. So we're going to kind of reverse engineer it so that you know that each day you're going to have to make a certain amount of calls. Like we're trying to get that down to the granular on calls, but then we kind of specifically like the 2 minute conversations because that's a really important piece here. So this just allows you to really see where you're at, how you're tracking on the year. It can kind of push you, motivate you, and it helps, like you said, on the one-on-one meetings, you kind of go over some of this information.
And the beauty is that it's automatically tracked. It's nothing that you have to do extra outside of just doing your normal day-to-day operations, making your calls and putting your appointments together. Once you do that in follow up boss, it's automatically tracked for us, and that's how we can reverse engineer it.
Yeah. Perfect. Follow Boss. I've mentioned this several times. If you're not familiar with Follow Boss, it's the top real estate CRM, at least the top one that I'm aware of. Um, and it's owned by Zillow, which people love or hate it, but with Zillow, they have a lot of technology that comes along with that. So this just allows us when we log in, it's going to tell us who to call, when to call, how often to call. It tracks everything. There's a lot of integrations with it that have things flowing. We can see like who looked at leads, when they looked at leads. If someone's back on the website, it's going to put that back into as someone to call. It's going to have the notifications through Batter to say, hey, make sure that you call this person to not lose it. You can save tasks, reminders. It's just kind of an all-in-one tool to just make your life easier. And then the last piece, the last system that I want to share here is just Fellow. So we're one of the first teams to integrate Fellow. We've actually won a contest, a listing contest based on when they did across the whole country. Um, but basically, what Fellow does is every 2 weeks, it sends an email notification to anyone in your sphere or any leads that you have saying, check your home value, or do you want a cash offer on your home? When they do that, when they check their home value, because everyone's kind of curious, like, what's going on with the market? What's my home worth? When they check it, you get a notification now on Follow Up Boss that so and so checked your home value. And now you can make a phone call like a nice, easy touch and say, hey, notice you checked your home value. What did you think of the price? Did you think it was high, low, or just about right? And we have scripts built around that. And it's allowed us to sell several homes this year from people who just check the box saying they're considering, wanting to know their home value. It does have some other boxes about if you want a cash offer on your home, they can request like a CMA. Like Paul, I think you had one today that they wanted
I,
a cash
I was
offer on
just
their
going to
house.
say that right before this call, someone clicked they wanted a cash offer. I got a notification follow up boss. I called him. I had about a 10-minute conversation with him. He's not looking to sell right now, but I was able to build some rapport. We had a good conversation, and he's like, "Hey, when the time does come, you're the guy I'm going to use."
Yeah. So from a listing generation standpoint, like nurturing, I've not seen anything, but I think we spent about 10 to 12 grand a year on this platform. Again, this is all stuff that we provide for free. We didn't even touch on like most agents, they go into business and they have all these expenses and they have to pay for their marketing and client events and everything here besides your dues and your renewal each year. I mean, you have your phone and car and stuff, but everything we do from the systems, from the team, from the marketing, it's all paid for by me and our team. So a few other things that we have that separate us from other agents. One thing that I see from a social media management standpoint is agents want to be successful. They want to be seen on social media, but they don't know what to do. So we've created a program with our team now. And Hannah, she's on our team. So she sells real estate, but she also is our social media manager, where we will go to like a model home and we'll spend 2 to 3 hours and we're just creating content that we're going to post for the month. So like here's Ryan and Hannah, they're doing a video, but each agent does the same video. And the nice thing there is we're all posting it on the same day, which might seem a little weird because other agents are gonna be like, wait, they're all posting the same thing. But the reality, Paul, is your sphere is different than my sphere.
Right.
Ryan's sphere is different than Hannah's sphere. And when we're doing this, Hannah's going to email you what to post because she's going to edit all, when to post, and then what to say during the post. And it's just going to give you more publicity for your sphere because we have such an opportunity with what our team brings to the table to build your business around your sphere so that they're not going to Zillow, they're not going to realtor.com and you're losing these clients is I want people to see us and this social media management is something that we've implemented. And it's actually been one of like the things that our team has said. It's just such a fun day because we're all together, we hang out, we get all our content done, and then for the next month, it's all handled for us. And I know you're not a big
Yeah.
social media post. Like
No,
it's a nice
it's
thing that it
beautiful.
offers for you.
It's beautiful. For someone like me, it's a beautiful thing because I know social media is so important. But I get on there and I just don't know what to post. It's just not a system that I love to try to manage myself. So just the fact that I have someone that's kind of putting this content together for me, and all I have to do is click a button and it's there. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. The other thing that I see, so I list, typically 80 to 100 homes a year. And agents from other companies will be reaching out to me saying, "Hey, Luke, can I use your, pictures to post as if it's my listing? Like I want to share it because when you're sharing this information, it makes you look like you're the expert. It like makes you look like you're having success. So we have a system now that anytime anyone on the team takes a listing, that goes into a Google Drive where Julie will have a handful of pictures. She'll have the description that you can post on social media all already used for you. So like Connor, this is my listing. Connor posted this. He says, for more information, contact me. We had a handful of agents sharing this, and now we have agents or their sphere is seeing them. Oh man, they're doing this, they're doing that. So if you can do this 80 times a year, you're going to look like the expert. Like you're doing way more business than you might be, and you're more likely to get business. So this is an easy way for agents who don't have a lot of business from a listing standpoint to make it look like you guys are already doing really good. And then database management. So this is just something too that we've implemented. This is part of like our ISA program. So basically what we have is we have someone full-time working old leads that are in our system. I think we have 15,000 different, people in our software, from who we met at open houses, from Zillow, from LukeBauman.com for years and years and years. So now we have someone who's working these and she actually will work these and then she passes these leads off. I think she passed off two yesterday, two agents on our team and it's just on like a round robin rotation based on calls that you made in 2 minute conversations but you can earn this. Again, this is all something that I pay for. It's just an expensive service but it's so much different than what most people have because people get behind on leads and then they can't stay up and then they're doing the deals and then they see like a roller coaster of commission coming in because they work really hard when they're slow and then they get busy and they stop. And this allows us to keep having those calls coming in. And then we have less of that roller coaster financials because Donna and Peggy and like they're handling everything. So we can just be out selling. So this is something that I think differentiates us than anyone else in West Michigan, is our VIP program. So I'm really strong on building a strong sphere. So like when you get a deal, I want you to stay in touch with them. I want you to have a reason to call them. I want them to be spoiled. I want them sending us business. And this VIP program is one of those things that does that. So we have like banners that you can have at your open houses when you meet with people. We have our moving truck. So this is all stuff that people can use for free. So like people have birthday parties, client events, neighborhood events, graduation parties. and it has our logos on a lot of this stuff so that when people use it, they're like, oh man, I want to use that. I want to use that real estate team. So this is again what Peggy runs. People will rent these items, and these are just some of our clients who've used that. Well, I know you've used it to grow your
Yeah.
sphere. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I live in a neighborhood with a bunch of little kids. I have three little kids of my own. So I've taken some of these bounce houses, three bounce houses, put them up in my front yard, used some of the tables. Um, and it's just kind of helped me build my sphere in my own neighborhood because they see my name. Oh, where'd you get this stuff? And it's like, oh, no, my team provides this. So that's definitely helped. But I also, for all of it, the way I kind of label this program is like we're taking care of our people, so they take care of us, right? Like it's kind of a back and forth.
Yeah, some things that aren't pictured, we do have a tool shed as well. So table saws, miter saw, power washer, leaf blower. So people like when they buy their home, they can like do some projects or right before they're gonna list. We have people like someone's basement flooded recently and they got our big fans to clean up their basement so that they could list their house. So it's like that extra touch, like they already know we're good at real estate, but now it's that extra touch because I want to see you guys start getting more and more referral business to see your business really explode. Like if you're coming to consider joining the team, you're like, man, I closed 5 homes last year, or 15 homes, or 20 homes. Like all those people can be added to it. And anyone who sends you a referral also gets added to this program. So not only is it like the people you sold, but if you have 10 years of sales and you have, 200 sales, every client gets invited to use this program.
And it's a program
Then
that
we,
same thing with some of the other stuff. Like we continue to grow it. So as our client base grows, like we'll add more things to the VIP program.
yep. And we do 4 yearly client events. When I first started, nobody was doing client events. Then, when I started doing movie day, we started seeing people doing movie days. I don't know anyone else who does 4 client events. It's every quarter we're doing something different. So had a lot of success with the movie theaters. 300 to 400 people there. We do pie days again. I don't remember how many pies we had to give away, like 300 or 400 pies, I think, this
300
past
plus.
year.
Yeah.
We do a pizza day. We're investing. It's gonna be our biggest one ever. We're gonna do rebounders. So that's in Granville. So it's a little bit further travel, but I think it's gonna be a good one because people can do jump on tramps. There's like the basketball hoops. There is mini golf. There's laser storm, laser tag. There's golf simulator stuff. So it's gonna be big. We're gonna rent the whole place out for 4 hours, and all of our clients can come. Um, so you guys know your past clients and referral sources get 4 events every year. We do a family photo shoot. That's a good one too, where you get 5 different spots. Anyone though who's on your sphere, so this is friends, family members, people go to your church, past coworkers, they automatically get invited to 2 of these events. So you're going to look like the hero when you join the team because you're going to start inviting them to these things because most of the agents who join our team they don't have anything like this or other companies don't have this. So they're going to get invited to 2 events right off the bat. And then you can let them know, hey, if you send us a business or give us a referral, we're going to invite you to 2 other client events. Like it's kind of like a hook to get potentially more business. And this has been huge for like people absolutely love this along with our VIP program and our follow-up program. Like this has just exploded agents' business from the sphere side. I mean, Paul, you did 30 deals this year and how many of them were sphere? I mean, a lot of them were sphere from,
A lot of them were sphere or referral based, right? Because
yeah.
of programs like this. And the other thing I love about this program is like not all of your clients are going to come to each and every of these events, but just the fact that you invite them says a ton.
Yeah. And that's the nice thing. So we do call days with our team, which calling is hard, but when you're surrounded by people who are also making calls, but we do call days where 4 times a year, it's inviting our clients to these events. Like it's such an easy call. It's not like, hey, will you send me business? Hey, what's going on? Like it's, hey, how's the family? How's the house? Oh, by the way, did you see our invitation to our event at Rebounders coming up? Do you know your family can get in free? Hey, we're going to have it for 4 hours. Hey, I know you can't make it, but just thanks so much for keeping us in mind. We really appreciate you as a client. Like it's such an
Providing
easy
value,
way.
just
It's
providing
it's
value.
I mean it's not asking for business. And the more times you provide value, the more likely you're going to get business back from that. Then we do like to have some fun, just as a team. Um, Pool parties. We've gone to Mexico before. We usually do you can earn trips. Like Nashville is going to be coming up. We're in a trip to Nashville. And it's usually built around sales. A lot of the stuff like this is just, hanging out at my house with pickleball and cool. Going to Chicago, going to the, just ice cream, another event like in Detroit where we're all playing video games. It's a fun group of people. Like it's not just work. Like we do try to have fun here. One of the things like this here, we typically do a monthly challenge where, for example, this month is who can make the or which team. So we kind of break it into teams, which is kind of fun. So you're kind of going against each other, and it's just randomly. I think this was who can set like the most listing appointments in the month, and I took the couple agents who won out to Bodie's. We're doing one right now, which is who can have the most 2 minute conversations from a team standpoint. And that earns, I think, $100 towards Luke Bouman team swag. We've given away cash. So each month we're trying to do something different that's just kind of keeping you motivated. But then there's some camaraderie with your team. You can kind of jab with each other about, oh, they're making that many calls. Hey, our guys, we need to be better. So it's just been a nice build to kind of keep the culture of the team, which is really important to me.
Yeah, it's a huge culture win, and we root for each other too, right? Like it's competition, but it's friendly competition.
And then, to me, a big thing about real estate is being able to do things that you might not be able to do otherwise if you didn't have the money come in. Like, I want you guys to make a lot of money, but I also want you to have a good life. And I want you to be able to take time off and have fun. And this is just some of the teammates who've done things over the years, trips to Mexico, Europe. Took my kids to Disney, did a big fishing trip, recently swam with dolphins. I think this was Rome, hot tub. Andrew bought and built a house. Um, so again, to me, it's more than just selling, but it's providing the life that you guys really desire, and having fun with it. Like I want you guys to see like we're having success here and we're having a good time. And the systems we're doing are allowing our agents to just have better success. And I want to be the sort of leader that I would want if I was on a real estate team. I know if you're an individual agent and it's like, man, do I really want to be on a team? Like, I really strive to invest in our team and I continue to invest and continue to do change and just try to stay cutting edge so that our agents can be successful. Because that's actually more fun than me just being successful now, Paul. Like, I really enjoy seeing agents on our team have success. And I know you've kind of mentioned the same because you've started in like this mentorship program and leadership. Like, you really enjoy like seeing other agents succeed.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love when I get the phone call from a newer agent or someone saying, "Hey, I got this offer accepted," or "I had X amount of 2 minute conversations, or I have this amount of appointments this week." Um, it's just cool to see. It's fun to build each other up that way. And I like how at the beginning of the year we all get together and we talk about our goals. What are things we want to accomplish this year, whether that's business goal or personal goal. And then we come back to that multiple times a year to see how we're tracking to that and how we can make that dream a reality.
Yeah. And typically we do something called go to the board every quarter where you're going to share where you're at in the year. What is the one thing you're going to do that help you hit your goals? And then one thing that's holding you back right now. And you kind of share it in front of the group. And then the group gets to talk and say, hey, encourage you or say, hey, I think you could do this. We had one agent on our team who it was someone who had sold like 6 homes already. And he set a goal to do 10. And we all stood there like, I think you could do about double that. Like we had a couple, team leaders even step up. And it's that sort of like, sometimes you don't know that you're not setting the right goal, like having this team that kind of pushes you. We had Ryan, he's like, I'm going to go from 30 to 36 or whatever it was. And he had some like, oh man, I'm a little worried, like maybe I can't do it. And, Andrew piped up, you piped up, like, right, you can do it. Like you have the skill. Like you can. Like it was just cool. Like people are rooting each other on here at the team, and we're pushing each other. And then we're around. When you're around success, success breeds success. Like when you work with someone, this is statistically has been done, or studies have been done. If you work by a low producing agent, within 25 feet of them, your production actually dips about 30%. If you work around a top producing agent, your production goes up like 15%. So like the reason why we're having so many agents hit 6 figures is because they're all around each other. They're seeing what an agents do, what it takes, and they're building off of each other. And I think it's just really cool, just that team aspect.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Then just a couple things to wrap up on who we're looking for, because we're not for everyone. Like you do have to work hard here. Like I want to find good people, good culture fit, who are going to work hard, have good core values. Um, but I want you to be action taker, coachable, motivated, driven to dominate. We want to partner with you. If that's you. But if you're not interested in making phone calls and being part of a team, then it's just not going to be the right fit because we don't hire everyone that applies for a team. If you're committed to the growth and the team success, that's a big thing for us. Then our team's for you. And then just some expectations on what it looks like to be on our team. So we have the proven processes, systems, support, marketing, branding, coaching, growth, leads, like all those things. And then I want you to attend the coaching trainings, or team meetings. We can kind of dive into that if you have more interest, but we have daily stuff going on, for like a quick huddle, like we talked about the winner circle, Tuesday team meetings, script practice, winner circle, be positive. The goal is for you to have 15 2-minute conversations per week. So again, if you're not interested in calling, talking to people, growing your business, then we're not the right fit. But if that's you, we'd love to have you. Kind of what it looks like when you get started. I touched base on this a little bit. We do boot camp. It's a 2-day boot camp. It's really getting you ingrained in what we're doing, but a lot of it is around like identity and mindset. Like I think people limit on themselves and what they actually can earn and what they can do here. So we talk more about like, hey, there's agents who are really crushing it here, and here's why I need you to start doing the things that those agents are doing. We do an onboarding then that's 90 days. That's what I talked about where I spent 20,000 on this new program along with, we have two classes every week in person. Again, if you can't make it Zoom, or we can kind of go over training later, and then you have the mentor for 2 years. And my goal is to build you guys as mentors too, so that you can be a part of the growth. And there's some benefits that go along with that. And then finally, I just wanted to finish with just a couple testimonials, I have 4 testimonials. I think they're about 30 seconds each.
Hey, I'm Ryan, and what I love about the Luke Bouman team is, for me, I was an independent agent before I joined Luke's team, and so it's kind of boring. You're kind of on your own. You have no one to talk to or no one to kind of hold you accountable. So joining the team has given me the opportunity to be around just other people that we're all kind of working for the same goal. We have a lot of fun team events we do together. Team parties, team lunches. So it's just fun to be around a bunch of people that are kind of cheering for you as you cheer for them as well. And the other aspect I love about being on the team is it's given me a lot of resources that I can then pass on to my clients to give them a better experience that when I was on my own, I just didn't have the ability to offer those resources, one being our VIP program. So it's just been an overall just a really great experience for me.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I have loved being a part of the Luke Bauman team so far because I love that we have mentors. So we're mentored and we have weekly meetings where we just get guidance and we can ask questions, which is really great. So I've loved that. And the onboarding process has been just amazing because we're not walking through this journey alone. We have help from other, agents that have been in the business for a lot longer than us. So that's been really nice to have that guidance and people to ask questions with, reach out and just learn from them. But overall, I've loved being a part of the team because it's more than a team, it's a family. So I really love it. Hi, I'm Hannah,
Oops.
and
These are
I
these are
have
going to
loved
make me
Hey,
being a
I'm
tear
part of
up.
the
Ryan,
Luke
and what I
Bauman
love
team.
about the Luke
What's
Bauman
that?
team.
These are going to make me tear up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you probably haven't seen all these.
Huh.
Um, Tanner, he was the one who had
Yeah, being
six
a part of the
deals
Luke
in three
Bauman team's
months.
been great. The onboarding process was extensive, but very good and helpful for us to be able to learn a lot of these key things that you learn in the real estate career over your years. And we kind of get that introduction right at the start. So that was great. And then being a part of the team has just been incredible. We always have a mentor there to help us with whatever questions we have or to walk alongside us when we go to our first showings or our first open houses. So everybody's always open and willing to helping us out in any way possible. So it's been absolutely incredible.
And then this is Annabelle, who had been in the business for a year. I think she had one deal. And then in her first 5 months, she closed $2.5 million. And she was the one who decided she wanted to go into radiology. But again, a new agent who's seeing success after she didn't have as much success
Hi, my
elsewhere.
name is Annabelle. I really love being a part of the Luke Bauman team. What's most helpful for me throughout this process as a new agent is the accountability and the structure. Starting a new career can be kind of scary and foreign, and so having just something reliable like our Zoom meetings every single morning where we meet with other professionals and can rely on them for advice and accountability has been super, super important and definitely a game changer.
So I appreciate everyone who joined, Paul. I appreciate you two hopping on and demonstrating your leadership and what you bring to the table. And if you guys want to talk more, I'd love to have that conversation and see if you're a good fit.
Thanks, Luke.